everyone, I'm Natasha. I am the Dopamine Stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my FlossTube channel. So I am here for FlossTube number 14 today. And like I said, welcome in if you are returning. Thanks so much for coming back to continue along with me on this journey. And if you are new, welcome. This is a channel all about my cross-stitching journey. And I also talk a little bit about bald eagle nest cams on this channel. I am going to touch on that a little bit in this video towards the end because, yeah, I have some plans that I want to discuss for some new starts. And yeah, it kind of ties in with the bald eagle nest cam watching, which is another favorite hobby of mine. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Yeah, so it's been 3 weeks since I last filmed. So I'm pleased that I was able to pull it together and do a video today because I don't like to go longer than 3 weeks because then there's just so much, you know, that I've worked on that I need to cover. So I am going to start with the stitching today. I worked on 6 projects. So yeah, let's just jump right into that. Yeah, usually I work on 5 in a 3-week period, but there was one that I added in there, and I'll get to that. I'll explain why there was a 6th one in this 3-week period. So, okay, well, let's start with my my big focus piece. You probably know what it is if you've been watching. I'm just going to pull up the image here. Hit a fun milestone on this one today. Or I should say the last time I worked on it, I hit the milestone and I'm gonna get to show you that. So this is my main focus piece. This is Magic Roses. It is artwork by Jenoviya Art and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. That's what it'll look like when it is finished. And I am doing this on a 25 count 2/1 10th stitch. And yeah, I'll show a picture of what it looked like before the last time you saw it. You probably could see I was almost at the end of the current row of pages I was working on. And here's what it looks like now. So I finished another row of pages, yay. So yeah, that's the milestone I was talking about. It's always nice. I love seeing that clean, you know, finish for the row of pages there. So yeah, and I finished all the roses too. I think I talked about that last time, how I was almost done with all of the roses on the piece because everything underneath here is just dress and background basically. But yeah, I worked in, this is where I worked in. I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit. This little guy here, filled in the final rows down there, and then just more background. So yeah. And so if I can read from here, let's see how many I added. So since the last video, I added 2,215 stitches. It now has a total of 153,200 stitches out of 320,000. It is now at 47.88%. So still not quite at that 50% mark, but getting very close. Yeah, so this one's still on track to complete by 2027. Yeah, I mean, if I just worked on it monogamously, obviously I think it would be done next year, but yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. So yeah, so next time I'll be starting on the next row here. And my goal is to finish 2 more full pages before the end of the year on this. So yeah, there it is. It looks so good from a distance. Again, this is, I've talked about this before, but close up, I'm not crazy about the coverage of the 2/1 tent on 25 count, so I don't think I'm going to do that method again. But since I started that way, that's what we're doing for this one. So all right, so that is that one there. Okay, so now this next one, this is one that hasn't come out in a while. This is the Heaven and Earth Designs 2025 Stitch Along. So pull up a picture here. It is Drinks on the Beach and is artwork by Lars Stewart. And it's a, they do have a large version of this on the Heaven and Earth Design site. They don't have this version anymore. This was only available like earlier in the year and late last year when they released all the pieces for the Stitch Along. So yeah, you can't get this version anymore, but yeah, when I saw that, I knew I had to get it. So I'll put a picture up of what it looked like last time. This is also, this is 25 count, 1/1 full cross, which is my go-to method now. And here it is now. So I just wanted to finish this page. So, yeah, this one, I decided to do it, but I wasn't planning to go along with the whole stitch along and keep up. I think now they're on like, I think they have almost all of it, like 2 rows at least. I think there's only like 4 pages left that they haven't released. So yeah, obviously I haven't kept up with it. I just really wanted to do this chart. Yeah, so the reason why I decided to pull it out, because it kind of went off my regular rotation. Like normally I wouldn't have pulled this one out, just right like randomly. But I was almost done with this page, and I wanted to finish it because they're releasing the full chart in October. So that's coming up in a few weeks. And I thought I just kind of wanted to like have a clean finish on this page, because then what I can do is when they release the full chart, what I'm gonna do in my markup RXP is I'm just gonna delete the file, because I just worked from the very first release that came out of this. I think there was like 1, and then there was a second release, a third release, and then the 4th release is the full chart. I'm sure there's probably a way to sync it, like if you're gonna not go by page and you're gonna have stitches everywhere and then you want to like load in the new file, there's probably a way to sync that, but I was like, I don't want to, I'm probably going to screw it up. So I decided, why don't I just finish this page, and then when they release the full chart, I'll just load in that file. So I'll delete the current file I have of this chart in my markup RXP, load in the new one, and then I'll just mark off the entire first page that I've done. And then I can just have it, yeah, like ready to go, and it'll be the accurate percentage and everything. So anyway, that's just in case you're wondering why I randomly pulled it out. I wanted to just get like a clean page finish on here. And yeah. So yeah, this one is interesting because it's a lot of block stitching up here, but then there's a lot of confetti otherwise. And I know some other floss tubers have talked about that. They've said it's either block stitching or confetti, and there's nothing in between. And that's pretty accurate. Like for example, this straw, I mean, it looks just like a red straw, right? There's like so many colors of like pinks and purples and yellows and oranges all in there. So I don't know if you can see, it looks, yeah, I guess you can see there now. It finally went into focus. So yeah, it is a lot of confetti, but yeah, that's okay. At least I was expecting it because I had heard other people talk about it. I know a lot of people are doing this one. So I added 760 stitches. It now has 7,760 stitches out of 85,170, and it is at 9.1%, and that's 9.1% of the full piece. So yeah, that is Drinks on the Beach. I probably won't touch this one again until next year. It's going to go into a rotation when I kind of change my plans up next year. So yeah, but got a good start, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to it, mainly looking forward to getting beyond the sky and into the actual drinks, because that's like the fun part. It's just like super colorful and fun. So okay, let's see. Now let's go on to my other focus piece, second in line, I guess you could say, focus project, which, yeah, I've been working on it this past week. At a really fun part right now in the chart, but of course it's like confetti heavy. That's what I'm noticing, is that fun, busy parts of charts that are kind of the reason why I bought the chart, because I love that like fun, you know, dopamine inducing, hence my name, you know, parts of the chart where there's all kinds of things going on, but that is going to mean more confetti, obviously. Okay, so the one I'm talking about is the Kitschy Cute Collector. It is artwork by Aimee Stewart and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. That's what it'll look like when it's finished. It is a regular size, regular color. And I'm also doing this 1/1 full cross on 25 count. I will put up a picture of what it looked like last time. And let's see, maybe I'll just show you where I've been working first, and then I'll back up with the whole piece. Here is where it is now, or here's where I was working. So this page, it is really wild. There's so much stuff going on in there. It's like the middle of this shelf, and there's all these really cute, colorful figurines and stuff. And I'm color completing, starting with the color that's used the most. So yeah, there's still a lot left, as you can tell. Like there's a lot of stitches left that are like, you know, confetti stitches. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to finish it this next coming week, but I'm not positive because, you know, confetti work always takes longer. So that's where I've been working. And I'll show the whole thing and tell you the stats. I added 4,504 stitches to it. And so it currently has a total of 109,672 stitches out of 372,185. And we are at 29.47%. So inching towards the 30% mark, which is exciting. But yeah, here's the whole thing here. Oh, it's just so pretty. I just love it. Okay, so yeah. And my goal for this is finishing this page and then also doing another additional full page before the end of the year. And I shouldn't have a problem doing that, but yeah, I have this one kind of mapped out so that I can finish it in 2029. So yeah, that is that one. Okay, next, we have my smallest piece that I'm currently working on, and it's a non-full coverage. And yeah, I started this earlier this year because I was looking for something to put on a piece of opalescent Lugana, 25 count opalescent Lugana. So I actually UFO'd something else on this fabric. But yeah, I found this piece and I thought it was perfect. So it's called Mexican Circle, and it is from a Etsy shop called Counting the Stars. And this is the pattern here. Of course, here it's shown on a black fabric, but I'm doing it on a white. And so, yep, that's what it'll look like when it's finished. I will put up a picture of what it looked like last time. Again, this is 25 count opalescent Lugana. And here we are now. So I did quite a bit. I am over halfway done. Yeah, I'm liking how it's coming together. There's just so much color and, you know, all the little details and the birds. I love that big bird now came in, which was really fun. And then there's, so there's 3 birds like that total. So there's one there, and then there's another one that I just started to work on. And so I added a total of 2,120 stitches. It now has 7,789 stitches out of 12,732. It is at 61.8%, so pretty good percentage there. And yeah, I definitely want to finish this before the end of the year. That's the plan. I'm trying to work on it like every weekday if I can, like Mondays through Thursdays. I'm just trying to at least put in like, you know, like finish a color on a page and just keep it going because I don't want to get behind. I really do want to finish this, especially with planning for some new starts. I really want to get at least one of my whips like out of the way. But yeah, I'm now, there's like it's like 3 rows of 4 pages. So I'm now on the 3rd page of this row, and then there's one there, and then I just have the 4 on the bottom, the 1, 2, 3, 4 pages to complete that circle. So it's not, yeah, not too bad. Yeah, so see if I can get that to focus a little bit better. Okay, so there we go. There's that one. And this, it's pretty easy too to just kind of pop in a few stitches during the day, like while I'm, you know, in between work stuff or whatever. It only has 22 colors total, so it's not like you're going through this big, you know, the big stash of colors to work on that. All right. Next up, another one that hasn't come out in a bit. This is my current weekend project for the month of September. And I'm talking about the Noble one. So this is artwork by Bogle, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It is a quick stitch version. So that's what it'll look like when it's finished. And I'll put up a picture of what it looked like last time, of course. And I added 5,075 stitches. It now has a total of 43,030 stitches out of, oh, I didn't write that down, out of 205,200 is what it has total. It is at 20.97%. And here we are now. So past that 20% mark, that was exciting. And so, as you can see, I've been working just in this page. So this is the last page in this top row of pages. And I just looking at that, I knew, I'm like, this is going to be the most boring page of the whole project for sure. I mean, this is literally, I just started the 3rd color. So there was like over 2,000, I want to say close to 3,000 stitches in one color. It was like a really boring drab color too. I think it was like 3023. And yeah, it was just, but it wasn't really even blocky. It was like a lot of counting was involved because the stitches are just like kind of scattered everywhere. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. I'm really hoping to finish this page this weekend so that I can move on to the next row, which is some more fun colors. I got all these teals and whites and blues and greens. So yeah, so that'll be nice to get to that next row. Yeah, so this one, yeah, I'm working on it this month, and I will be taking it out again on weekends in December, and then it'll just go into like a rotation of with a bunch of other whips that aren't like focus pieces right now. But I will make this, I think I'm probably, I was thinking about this, like, because right now Magic Roses is the main focus one, and then Kitschy is like 2nd in line, and I think this is going to be 3rd in line because I would like to get it done. And I have like such a good start on it that I want to, like, you know, not lose that momentum of the amount that I stitched. So yeah, so that is the Noble one. And one more we have here. This is my 2nd bald eagle. And this one, it's just called Abstract Eagle. It is artwork by Russo, charted by Artecy. And yeah, it's a mini version. And that's what it'll look like when it's finished. And so this one I'm stitching 2/1 full cross on 18 count on a dyed opalescent Aida. Got the needle minder stuck on here. And here we are now. So it's definitely coming along. And this is currently I'm adding 500 stitches to it every week, more or less. And yeah, I'm on track to finish it by April 1st of next year. Since you last saw it, I added 2,010 stitches. It now has 22,344 out of 38,000. And we're at 58.8%. And I'll just note here that that percentage isn't actually how much I've stitched because I'm not stitching the background. I am skipping all of the 310 background and just having the fabric serve as the background. So, and yeah, this has actually, it's the same page like setup as the Mexican circle. So it's like 4, 8, 12. It's like 12 pages. So it's like 4, 8, 12. So now I'm on, you know, the first row of pages is done. Now I'm on the second page of the second row, and I'll have 2 more, and then there's 4 more down there. So yeah, I'm still really liking this one. I'm loving the colors as it all comes together, and it's a nice break, I think, to stitch on 18 count. I think I might, yeah, I'll talk about this in a bit when I'm talking about plans, but I'd like to have like one 18 count in my rotation because it's kind of a nice, I don't know, I guess kind of a nice break for your eyes, even though, I mean, I don't feel like 25 count is that small, because I really do like it, and I just like the look of it, but yeah, obviously it is kind of small, and yeah, 18 is a good count. I know that I always consider that like a small count before I started getting into the more big full coverage 25 count pieces. So yeah, so there is that one, and I think I said everything I need to say about it. So I have 2 more things I'd like to talk about today. The first thing is an update on my situation with the Kreinik thread. So last video, so I'm using Kreinik in another piece that I'm not showing today. It's it's a long dog sampler, using a whole bunch of Kreinik for it. And I had almost run out of one color. This is the Kreinik Sweet Tart number 4. I ordered it, accidentally ordered number 8, which doesn't even look like the same color, and it's too thick. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but yeah, I'm looking all around. How can I find this? I even thought about like, well, if I can't find it, how can I like, because I'm using it in, because you know, the long dog samplers have all these different little things in there. They have like houses, animals, sometimes people, just like, and then like motifs. So I was using this for all of like the small animals throughout the whole chart. And I was like, well, what if I run out of this? What can I do? And I was kind of, my backup plan was to like, since I'm almost at the, like almost across the top portion of the chart with this already put in all the small animals, I was thinking, well, why don't I just use this for the small animals on the top, and then I'll find something else for like the middle and the bottom, like almost like an ombre effect. So maybe like if I can't get any more of this Kreinik, this will just be for the top part of the small animals, and then the small animals in the middle would be like another shade of pink, maybe in another, like a Rainbow Gallery metallic thread. And then the bottom could be like another shade of pink in the Rainbow Gallery, which seems to be, you know, available more than the Kreinik. So that was my backup plan. However, I found some success with this situation. So I actually just went on to the regular Kreinik website, and you could order straight on there, and they had this color, and I was like, oh, well, I don't know if this was going to work, but let me just try. So I put in an order for like 5 of these, just to make sure I'll have enough for the rest of the chart. And it went through. It was sent to a vendor. I think there were like 2 different vendors that they were using, or there were several ones like maybe for different parts of the US that had it in stock and were shipping. So anyway, it was sent to this shop called A Stitching Shop in Colorado. I don't know if it was in Denver or somewhere else, but it was in Colorado, called A Stitching Shop. Got sent there. And then I was just waiting, and I was like, I'm probably going to have to follow up, and, you know, but I hadn't paid. Well, I guess I was like, well, because I don't want to be like charged and then not get the actual item. So I hadn't been charged yet. It said like the vendor will bill you for the item like when they ship it. So anyway, it sat there for like a week or 2, and then I got actually a phone call from that store, A Stitching Shop. And when they were calling, I was like, oh, I bet they're going to tell me they don't have it, and, you know, never mind, sorry, we can't fulfill your order. Well, no, they had it, and they were just getting my payment info over the phone so that I could get it shipped out to me. But I asked them, I was like, yeah, like, you're one of the only, you know, I haven't seen Kreinik anywhere else. Like, what do you know why it's so hard to find? And they told me the story. They said, yeah, so what's happening is so the person who owns the Rainbow Gallery threads, that's like the other metallic thread company, bought Kreinik. and apparently is completely in over his head and is just behind in the manufacturing, like needs to buy more machines, doesn't, yeah, is like not keeping up with it. Like didn't realize how much of a, you know, demand there was, I guess. So that's what's happening. So they're not discontinued. They're just being manufactured very slowly because of this guy who bought the company and apparently can't like stay on top of it. So, but for now, you know, if any of you are looking for Kreinik, a stitching shop it's based in Colorado, obviously probably only, you know, US based. I don't know if they ship internationally, maybe, I'm not sure, but yeah, hop on their website or even just hop right on the Kreinik website and see if they have your color. Maybe, you know, hopefully you'll find success like I did. So anyway, so I'm happy about that. I'm happy I will get to continue my long dog sampler the way I planned with that color. So yeah, that was good. I was happy about that. I ordered 5 of them. And yeah, I don't have them yet, but yeah, keeping an eye on the mail for that. So, okay. Next, yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about, like I said, this is going to be related to the eagle nest watching, also related to new starts. So if you've been watching me, you know I don't have a ton of projects. I only have 10 going right now, but I've been collecting lots of charts and I just, you know, I want to start some of them so they're not just sitting there. I'd like to just get them, you know, get them going, not have too many, but I think I'm comfortable going up to 15 whips like by next year. So that's kind of where I'm at right now as far as like my comfort level with expanding the number of projects. So yeah, I decided, and so I have, and I basically have like a top 4 right now that I really want to start. And I was thinking, it's like, well, how am I gonna, like, do I just start it randomly or should I have it like go along with a specific event or, you know, because I know a lot of people will start things, they'll have like the birthday start, the new year, new start. And another thing that people do, not just for new starts, but for like ongoing projects is there's a lot of like games going on, which as you can see, I don't really participate in them. I don't do the whip go. I know there's some other games where they'll be like with, you know, like a TV show. I think they did Great British Bake Off, and I know there's a Big Brother stitching happening right now. So like you'll basically assign a project to someone on the show, and it's like an elimination reality show. So then like, I guess, you know, if certain things happen on the show, then you have to do a certain number of stitches on the project that that person is assigned to. There's also the temperature stitching. I know there's like sports related things. And I was like, well, I'm not, you know, I wasn't into any of those shows. I'm not really into sports. And I'm like, well, I am really into watching bald eagle nests. Maybe this could be a game. So maybe I could assign a project to a specific nest that has a cam on it, has a certain, you know, an eagle couple that's going to be breeding. And yeah, maybe I do the new start for that project when they start laying the eggs. And so I do like a certain number of stitches for each egg that's laid. And then, you know, sometimes the eggs hatch, sometimes they don't. So, you know, then when each egg hatches, I could do a certain number of stitches for each hatch that happens. You know, and then the eaglets grow up and they learn to fly. And then when they leave the nest officially, when they fledge, then that could be another like, okay, now the project that's assigned to that nest gets stitches for the fledge. And I'm like, yeah, I think that would be kind of fun. And it just ties in with my own, you know, interests. Others are welcome to join in if you like. You know, I know it's probably not too many people that share my dual interest of cross stitch and eagles, but you never know. So yeah, I decided, yeah, I think I'll do that. And I know it could be made complicated. Like I could, because there's other milestones that the eaglets reach, like when they stand up or like they start self-feeding or some, you know, but I think that's just too complicated and I don't think I have the bandwidth to like track all of that with managing all these projects and managing life at the same time. I need to keep it like somewhat simple. So, okay, so here's what I'm planning to do. And let me pull up my charts again so I can show you kind of what's next for the new starts. Okay, so I decided my first new start I'm gonna do this one. I showed it, I think, a couple of videos ago. I got like 4 charts from Thread Geeks. They were having a sale. So this was one of them. And this is, again, the bald eagle. But yeah, this is Eagle Woman, and it's by Andrea Hrnjak. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I'll have it listed below. And so what I'm going to do with this one, I decided. So I have ordered so the website Dyeing for Cross Stitch. It's dyeing, like DYE, Dyeing for Cross Stitch. That's the only shop that I've found so far that has like a lot of the opalescent colorful fabrics in all the different counts easily. Like I find, and now I'm going to do this on 18 count, but there's others that I want to do on like opalescent colored fabric that's 25 count. So that's why I'm kind of excited about this particular shop, Dyeing for Cross Stitch. So yeah, I put in an order from there. I put in for a couple fabrics, but for this one, I picked a really bright pink, like kind of a hot pink, and it's called Sweet 16 is the fabric. And yeah, an opalescent 18 count Aida. And obviously this is grayscale, so it doesn't have that many colors. But yeah, I think I'm gonna, not stitch the background, have the background be kind of a glittery pink. And again, I don't know if that's gonna look great, like my experience with that long dog sampler was that I had to switch up, the colors, because like what I envisioned did not match what actually looked good in reality. So who knows? Maybe I'll get the fabric and it, may not look like what the picture looked like, and who knows? So anyway, that's the initial plan, and we'll see how it evolves. So I have placed the order for that. And as far as when I'm going to start this, so I am going to assign this project to so with the eagle nests, the ones in Florida start first. They lay eggs the earliest, and then it goes to the Northern and California. I guess it's based on like daylight. So the first one of the first nests that will be laying eggs is in Florida. It's the Northeast Florida, and this is the home of Gabby and Bo. And they had a really good season last year. They had one baby named Bodhi who successfully grew up and flew away. It was thought to be their first baby together. Well, it was definitely their first baby together, but the female Gabby had been there for a while at that nest, and the male Bo came in, and this was their first like successful year together. So they think it's like his first offspring period because he's kind of young. Yeah, and they've actually already, I've been started watching them again. They are back working on the nest. And yeah, it's really cute. He's tried to mate with her a few times, but she's shut him down. So she's not quite in the mood yet, apparently. Yeah, so when Gabby lays her first egg, I'm going to start this project. It'll probably be in November, I'm thinking. But yeah, we just have to wait and see. So that nest is going to be assigned to this this project. So that's my plan for that one. Okay, and then the second one, this is one I just really want to start, that I just like, it's a newer chart that I discovered this year. And that happens every year where there's charts that you're like saving, but then more will come out. So the priorities get shifted. So this is going to be the second new start. This is called Somewhere Over the Rainbow. The artist is Maria Abagnale, and it's from Sunflower Stitches. And that is just so pretty. So yeah, gonna do that one. And I actually haven't ordered the fabric for it yet. I'm gonna just get a 25 count white opalescent for this. Obviously it's full coverage, but I don't know, maybe you might be able to see some of the sparkle in the middle, and it's just such a pretty fabric. So I just want to work on something fun with it. And so I've decided this project is going to be associated with a different Florida nest, the Southwest Florida. So I'll put a picture here of that couple. It's M15 and F23. they had a pretty bad year last year. They had 2 eaglets that both died of the bird flu from eating an infected duck. And the parents caught it as well, but they I mean, we think they caught it. They had some signs of illness, but they pulled through because I guess they had more immunity. But yeah, the 2 didn't make it. It was really horrible. I still oh, that was like a really sad thing that happened. But they're back now and they're building the nest. So and yeah, they'll probably be laying eggs around the same time as the other Florida nests. So yeah, that's going to be assigned to this project. And I'll probably just put in 300 stitches. So it'll be like maybe 300 stitches for each egg, and then it'll obviously it won't just be worked on for that. It'll be worked on like in a different, as part of a rotation, not just for the nest events that happen. So yeah. And finally, so this so my plan is to then so that'll be 2 new starts that correspond with eagle nests for the end of the year. And then the beginning of next year, because that's when the other nests will start laying. It won't be until like January or later. I'll pick 3 other nests to assign to 3 other projects. And I don't know what those are going to be yet. But yeah, that'll be next year. And in addition to that, though, I want to do the New Year, New Start. It's like a common thing. And this is one that I've really been wanting to start here. I will show you the picture. It is, make it a little bigger. Okay. This one, the Salty Bitch. It is from Pixel Paige Studios, and it is from Stitches So Beautiful. And so you can see, I don't know why there's like a grid over there, but that's basically like white space. So, so basically, I think that's just white, but as you can see, like the bones of the hand are going out there, and so that's just like the fabric without any stitches on it. So I thought, well, this will be a good one to do like maybe a colored fabric, like a colored sparkly fabric. So from my in my order from Dying for Cross Stitch, I also got, in addition to that pink fabric for the Eagle Woman project, I got a 25 count opalescent in it's like a kind of a light orange called Marmalade. And I thought that would kind of bring out the orange in these flowers here, hopefully. Again, we'll see what it looks like in person and when I start stitching on it. But yeah, so I ordered that as well. So I've ordered those 2 pieces of fabric. And yeah, I'm excited to see them. And yeah, they should be, I think they were like on the way. So hopefully the next floss tube, I can actually show the fabric and then we can talk about whether they are going to work or not. But anyway, yeah, so now I have like a solid plan for the next 3 new starts. So that's exciting to look forward to as I, continue to put obviously more stitches on my current projects. So yeah, that is the plan. I think I covered everything, just checking my notes now. Yeah. Okay. All right, well, that's everything related to cross stitch. Real quick, so for those of you who have been following my situation regarding the house and my move into a new house, nothing has changed since the last video 3 weeks ago. I'm just still in a waiting period. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm moving into a new house that's a family-owned house in Los Angeles, but the move has been significantly delayed by a tenant who refused to leave the house, so we're going through an eviction. And yeah, we're now in the last stage of that process, so I'm just waiting for the sheriff's department to set a date for the lockout, or they will actually physically remove the tenant and change the locks, and then I can, can get started on getting the house ready to move in. I think I might, the earliest, so based on my calculations of like what our attorney told us and I've talked to a couple other people who've gone through the same thing in the same county. It's Los Angeles County, which is known to be a really difficult place to evict people, evict tenants, and because it's all the laws are skewed towards the tenant, and also everything is very, very slow. Even if they're totally at fault, it can take, we're looking at like, it's probably going to take it's like a total of 4 months to get from the first notice saying we're evicting you to the actual removal. It's like 4 months or more. So I could hear as early as late next week, is the earliest I think we might actually get a date for the lockout. So yeah, so hopefully the next floss tube I will have a date that I can share. And yeah, in the meantime, just waiting. I'm just trying to keep as busy as possible, stitching, obviously. And yeah, it's going by very painfully slow. I will say, I know that when you're waiting for something to happen, it just seems to like drag for a lot of things. So anyway, I think that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I hope you all are having a nice, you know, start of the fall season, finally getting some nice fall weather in a lot of places for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy stitching. Bye.